So here we are in your third room. So we talked about in the previous weeks in your mentally fit room, your emotionally fit room. Now you're entering into your physically fit room around owning your truth, owning your power. So now you've identified what it is, who it is you need to own your truth with. Maybe it's with yourself, maybe it's with someone else about a situation. And so now what we're going to talk about is physically, how do you get yourself prepared for the situation? You see, I think it's really important that we make sure that we're grounded. So if you haven't slept in 3 days, or maybe you've been on a sugar kick and you've been eating too much sugar, or you're drinking too much alcohol or caffeine, now is not the time for you to step into and own your truth or your power. Why? Because emotions destroy intelligence, right? So it's really important. I'm a huge fan of walking and connecting with Mother Nature. Obviously, you can see behind me, I'm in love with our century-old tree out here. And she just shows us all the time. She keeps showing me the leaves falling down. I hope you get to see some of it. Because nature has a beautiful way of just showing us it's not complicated. Just let go. As human beings, we tend to complicate things. So my invitation to you is to say, okay, so physically, what if there was one thing that I were to do before me owning my truth, what might it be? Is it that you're going to get a better sleep routine? We know that at 10 o'clock is when we start to get into a relaxed state, into our REM sleep, 10 p.m. at night. We know that 8 hours of sleep is critical. Is it your water intake? You need to increase the quality of your water intake. Maybe it's you need to try to detox some sugar for a little bit. Whatever it may be, you know yourself best. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm so upset, I want to speak my truth to this person, I'm just so frustrated, ask yourself, take that 10-second pause and say, is this the right time for me? Am I ready to basically step into my truth? Because we need to remember, yes, we need to say what we mean, however, not say it mean. And the tendency is that if I'm not grounded, if I'm not taking care of myself, you know, of course, from my book, The Powerhouse in You, I'm a huge fan of talking about halt. You know, if I'm hungry, angry, lonely, tired, or haven't had exercise, now is not the time. It's just not the time for me to make a decision, and especially in this case, to own my truth or own my power. Why? Because I could be doing a pooper scooper later. So if you're sitting here and you're a leader, you're a team member, and there's something that's just driving you cuckoo, I invite you to take this pause and say, am I grounded? Am I anchored within myself to be able to handle no matter what is said in this exchange? The other thing I want you to be thinking about as well is that it's always great to practice with people, because sometimes, especially for women, it can be very difficult to own our truth or own our power somewhere. So I always find if you can get somebody in your inner circle, you know, when I coach people, for example, we've practiced things so that they have an opportunity. I can be that difficult boss for them or that difficult person in their life, and then we practice it so they can feel really confident. For you, it may be you do this in the mirror. Maybe you're again going to hire a therapist or a counselor to work through some of this. But the key is, remember, we're all meant to not go in this alone. We're there to support each other. So asking for help is a really important thing. So I hope this was useful. Please share with me. Let me know. I'd love for you to share with your team and with other people in your life. Let's get them on the list so we can also encourage and support them. Have yourself a beautiful day. Remember, you are a powerhouse.